Welcome to Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. Make your foot the foot that counts. In the dim corridors where freedom is barred, profits unwavering. For mere pennies, they sweat through hours that stretch unending. Labor sustained under the watchful eye of greed. Bound to the merciless gears of a systematic breed. Exploitation behind bars. The use of prison labor by major companies. Overview of incarcerated workforce. The largest in the world. The United States incarcerates approximately 1.51 million people, with a significant portion engaged in compulsory labor. These reports emphasize the racial disparities, noting that Black Americans are disproportionately represented in the prison labor force. This workforce, primarily tasked with essential prison maintenance, is crucial yet highly exploited. In June 2022, the ACLU report reveals that over 80% of incarcerated workers perform crucial maintenance tasks like cleaning, cooking, and repairs. More than 41,000 companies in the U.S. derive financial benefits from mass incarceration. Compensation for prisoners are minimal, with wages ranging from 13 cents to 52 cents per hour, none higher than $1.15. Notably, 7 states pay nothing for most prison labor, highlighting a systemic exploitation within the system. It's inhumane how U.S. prison work breaks bodies and minds for pennies. 2 out of 3 prisoners are forced to work in what is often referred to as modern-day slavery. The Guardian by Michael Sanato, July 13, 2022. With over 1 million Americans incarcerated in federal and state prisons, 2/3 are required to work during their imprisonment. The 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, while abolishing slavery and involuntary servitude, makes an exception for those incarcerated. Critics refer to this forced labor as contemporary slavery, understanding the foundation. The Emancipation Proclamation was issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1, 1863. However, the formal abolition of slavery throughout the United States was achieved with the ratification, 2 years later, of the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which occurred on December 6, 1865. Prison labor in the U.S. is a deeply entrenched system facilitated by this loophole in the 13th Amendment, which allows involuntary servitude as a punishment for crime. This exception has historically and continues to affect millions of incarcerated individuals, turning them into a low-cost workforce for various industries. Corporate beneficiaries of prison labor. Several well-known companies leverage this source of labor to enhance profitability by minimizing labor costs. Market Realist reports some of the most recognizable brands rely on prison labor to make money by Rachel Curry, March 27, 2023. Verizon employs inmates for telecommunication services. Fidelity Investments invests in ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council, which supports policies promoting prison labor. Kmart and J.C. Penney use inmate labor in Tennessee for manufacturing denim products. Walmart utilizes prison labor for tasks like cleaning barcodes off products for resale. Whole Foods has sold products like cheese and fish produced by prison labor. IBM sources circuit boards manufactured by prisoners in Texas. Wendy's and McDonald's employ inmates to process beef for their fast food products. These companies benefit from the systemic underpayment and exploitation of inmates, who receive minimal wages, if any, for their work. Economic impact and inmate compensation. The labor provided by inmates generates an estimated $11 billion worth of goods and services annually, highlighting the significant economic role of this workforce. Despite this contribution, the payment structure for prison labor is starkly disproportionate. General compensation of wages can be as low as 23 cents to $1.15 per hour. In federal prisons, with some states like Alabama, Arkansas, and Texas often paying nothing. Work release programs. Inmates may also participate in off-site work release programs, providing labor to private companies under conditions that often mirror those within the prison system. Legal and ethical considerations. The use of prison labor raises profound ethical and legal questions about the fairness and humanity of exploiting incarcerated laborers. The ACLU and other human rights organizations argue for reforms that would provide fair compensation and improve working conditions for incarcerated workers. The exploitation of prison labor by major corporations underlines a critical issue at the intersection of justice, economy, and human rights. As public awareness grows, there is increasing pressure on companies and legislators to rethink the policies that allow this practice to continue. pushing for a system that respects the dignity and labor rights of all individuals, irrespective of their incarceration status. Behind thick walls that echo with commands they strive. Exploitation cloaked in the guise of rehabilitation thrives. Prisoners toil unseen but for the profit it yields. On the backs of the confined in the penitentiary's fields. Much appreciation to you for giving of your time with us at Motivation at Hand. To know is to know how. We trust you will come back soon.